Welcome back to 1 to 10. Today, we're tackling a topic that's sure to spark some serious debate. What are the top 10 hardest sports in the world? Whether you're an athlete, a sports fan, or just curious about what it takes to be the best, this list is going to give you a whole new appreciation for the dedication, skill, and sheer grit required in these sports. From endurance to strength, mental toughness to technical precision, these sports push athletes to their absolute limits. Before we get started, let's quickly define what we mean by hardest. We're looking at sports that demand the most from their athletes across various dimensions: physical strength, endurance, agility, mental fortitude, and technical skill. So if your favorite sport didn't make the cut, don't worry. This is all about recognizing the toughest challenges in the sports world. Ready? Let's count down from number 10. Kicking off our list at number 10 is rugby. Rugby is a brutal combination of strength, speed, and strategy, with players facing off in intense physical confrontations on the field. The sport requires not just brute force, but also agility, quick decision-making, and exceptional endurance. Rugby players often face bone-crunching tackles, all while trying to maintain possession of the ball and score. The physical demands of rugby, combined with the need for mental resilience, make it one of the hardest sports out there. Plus, there's no protective gear like in American football, so the hits are all the more brutal. At number 9, we have gymnastics. Gymnastics may look graceful, but make no mistake, this sport is one of the most physically demanding in the world. It requires a combination of strength, flexibility, balance, and coordination that few other sports can match. Gymnasts train for years to perfect their routines, which involve executing complex maneuvers that push the human body to its limits. And let's not forget the mental aspect. Competing on the world stage with judges scrutinizing every move adds an incredible level of pressure. Whether it's on the balance beam, uneven bars, or the floor, gymnasts make it look easy, but it's anything but. Coming in at number 8 is water polo. Imagine swimming non-stop while simultaneously trying to outmaneuver your opponents and score goals. Oh, and don't forget, your opponents are doing everything they can to pull you under or push you out of the way. That's water polo in a nutshell. This sport is a grueling test of endurance, strength, and teamwork. Players must be excellent swimmers, have incredible upper body strength to throw the ball, and possess the stamina to keep going for 4 quarters, often with little rest. The constant physical contact and the challenge of playing in water make water polo one of the hardest sports to master. Next up at number 7 is ice hockey. Hockey is a fast-paced, high-impact sport that combines the need for agility, speed, and brute force. Players are constantly skating at high speeds, dodging opponents, and trying to control a small puck with a stick, all while being checked into the boards and facing the risk of injury from flying pucks or collisions. The skill required to maintain balance on ice, combined with the physical toughness needed to take hits and keep going, makes ice hockey one of the toughest sports out there. And don't forget the mental toughness required to stay focused in such a chaotic environment. At number 6, we have tennis. Tennis might not involve physical contact like some other sports on this list, but it's still incredibly demanding. It requires a mix of speed, agility, and endurance, as players have to sprint across the court, react quickly to their opponent's shots, and keep up this intensity for matches that can last several hours. On top of that, tennis is as much a mental game as it is physical. Players need to stay focused, manage their emotions, and outthink their opponents in high-pressure situations. The combination of physical and mental demands makes tennis one of the hardest sports to excel in. Halfway through the list at number 5 is MMA, mixed martial arts. MMA is arguably one of the most intense and physically demanding sports in the world. Fighters need to be well-versed in multiple disciplines, including boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and Muay Thai, just to name a few. Training is grueling, with athletes pushing their bodies to the limit to build strength, speed, endurance, and technique. The physical toll of fighting, both in training and in the ring, is immense. Fighters must also possess incredible mental toughness to face the pressure of stepping into the octagon, often in front of thousands of fans. The risk of injury is high, making MMA one of the most challenging sports in existence. At number 4, we have soccer, known as football in most of the world. Soccer is the world's most popular sport, and it's also one of the most demanding. It requires a combination of speed, endurance, agility, and tactical awareness. Players run an average of 7 to 10 miles in a single match, all while maintaining focus, making quick decisions, and executing precise movements with their feet. Soccer is also mentally challenging, as players must constantly adapt to the flow of the game and anticipate their opponent's moves. The combination of physical and mental demands, along with the high level of skill required, makes soccer one of the hardest sports to master. Taking the number 3 spot is the triathlon. This multidiscipline sport combines swimming, cycling, and running into one grueling event. It tests athletes' endurance, strength, and mental toughness to the extreme. Competitors must be proficient in all 3 disciplines, which means countless hours of training in each. The Ironman triathlon, which includes a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile marathon, is widely regarded as one of the most challenging endurance events in the world. Completing a triathlon requires not just physical fitness, but also the mental fortitude to push through pain and fatigue. It's a true test of an athlete's limits. At number 2, we have a sport that takes human endurance to the absolute extreme: mountaineering, specifically high-altitude climbing. Mountaineering is a true test of physical strength, endurance, and mental resilience. Climbers face harsh weather conditions, extreme altitudes, and the constant risk of avalanches, falls, and altitude sickness. Climbing mountains like Everest or K2 requires not only physical fitness, but also the ability to make critical decisions in life-threatening situations. The mental toughness needed to keep going, even when every part of your body is telling you to stop, is what makes mountaineering one of the hardest sport in the world. And finally, taking the top spot at number 1 is boxing. Boxing is the ultimate test of physical and mental toughness. It's a sport that requires not just strength and endurance, but also speed, agility, and tactical intelligence. Boxers train rigorously, building their bodies into machines capable of withstanding and delivering powerful blows. But boxing isn't just about physical power. It's also a chess match, where fighters must outthink their opponents, anticipate moves, and react in a split second. The mental resilience required to step into the ring, face your opponent, and keep going, despite pain and exhaustion, is what makes boxing the hardest sport in the world. So there you have it, the top 10 hardest sports in the world. Whether it's the brutal physicality of rugby, the intense focus of tennis, or the all-around challenge of boxing, these sports push athletes to their absolute limits. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And let us know in the comments, what sport do you think is the hardest? Thank you for watching.